Hi, this is Dwyer from GamblersAdvisory.com. There is a fascinating fight coming up on December 5th in the United Kingdom for the WBA Light Welterweight Championship, and it is between champion Amir Khan and challenger Dimitriy Salita. Now, YouTube is global. Let me just explain to viewers. In the United States, there are a few cities that have reputations for producing great fighters um, and that have great fighting traditions. The New England, Boston area produced the great Marvin Hagler, the great Rocky Marciano, the exciting Irish Mickey Ward. The Philly area produced the great Smoking Joe Frazier, the great Bernard Hopkins, rising up-and-comer Fast Eddie Chambers. There are other areas in the United States, the Detroit area, Thomas Hearns, the Kronk Gym, Michael Moore, the LA area, Oscar De La Hoya, Genaro Hernandez, a little bit south of there, the great Ken Norton. New York City is one of those cities. It's the city of Sugar Ray Robinson, Mike Tyson. Currently, it's the city of Zab Judah, Joshua Clottey, Joseph Akbeko. One of the biggest names in New York City right now is Dimitriy Salita. He is undefeated. He is 30 and 0. He has 16 knockouts. He has created a buzz. And on the 5th of December, he will be traveling across the Atlantic to face the exciting Amir Khan. I'm taking Amir Khan in this fight. Amir Khan, in my opinion, is one of the few fighters in boxing who is, and it's a word I don't use often, explosive. Um, he has the kind of offense that reminds me of Mike Tyson, uh, Edwin Valero. Amir Khan, when he explodes, his opponent can literally go from being completely healthy to being in trouble in a matter of seconds. And what I like a lot with Khan is he's mobile. So he can literally explode like younger Roy Jones from distance and can put his man in trouble. Now, smart gamblers should pay attention to the weight in this fight. Although Amir Khan is the champion, understand that many of his recent fights haven't been at 140. He's actually been fighting at a lighter weight class. His fight against Marco Antonio Barrera was at 135. Prescott, a fight he lost, was at 135. In fact, it's only his Kotelnik fight that was at 140. Conversely, Salita, his last fight, was actually up around 145, 146. So even though he did fight at light welter last year to pick up the IBF International Light Welterweight Championship, he's actually going to have to lose weight for this fight. So for skilled gamblers, especially gamblers who who bet late, you want to pay attention to which fighter is having weight problems. You'll know something is wrong if there are rumors that Salita has to lose weight late to make weight. Also, you'll know that something's not quite right if Amir Khan looks like he has to gain weight to make that 140. Now, that said, the styles of the fighters favor Amir Khan. Salita has an excellent left hook. He throws not only to the head, but he works the body. The problem I see is that Salita is right in front of you. He needs to plant his feet to throw. His style tells me that he's going to have a problem with Amir Khan's mobility. Also, Salita needs to be close to you to land power shots. He has less power than Amir Khan. And so he needs to be literally right up on you to land power shots. I believe a skilled boxer like Amir Khan will figure out a way to fight the fight from distance and to be successful doing so. Also, both fighters have chin problems. Amir Khan's fans know that he famously lost to Prescott. He looked lethargic early in that fight. He got hit flush more than once in that fight, and he went down. But what many fans might not know is that Salita actually got knocked down twice in the first round against a fighter named Ramon Montano. And understand that Montano has since been undressed by David Diaz, Robert Frankel, and Mark Mulligan. In fact, Ramon Montano is viewed as an opponent for fighters making comebacks, and so as a result, he's actually Zab Judah's next opponent. Now, interestingly, the Montano fight was scored a draw. It's the one draw on Salita's record. But the question has to be asked how none of the guys I've just named had problems with Montano's power, but yet Salita was actually knocked down twice in the first round of the fight. That tells me that Salita is a bit of a slow starter, has a problem recovering from getting hit, and can be hurt. His chin is not granite. Now, I believe that's a recipe for disaster against a fighter like Amir Khan. Also, when I mentioned the name Ramon Montano, I'm sure many of you were scratching your heads. You probably weren't scratching your heads when I mentioned names like Marco Antonio Barrera and Kotelnik. Clearly, the level of competition that Amir Khan has faced is vastly superior to the level of competition that Dimitriy Salita has faced. I think that that also is an advantage for Amir Khan. Further, don't underestimate the power of the home crowd and the fact that Dimitriy Salita will be traveling across the Atlantic for the fight. You've seen other fighters. Jeff Lacey against Joe Calzaghe comes to mind, where they make it to the United Kingdom. It's clear that they're a fish out of water. They don't know how to react when their opponent is being cheered. Most of their fights were, you know, in a different locale, before their fans, before their people. You go to a foreign country, it's different food, different culture. I think that Amir Khan will feast off of being before his fans. I think Dimitriy Salita doesn't have the experience in fighting in the United Kingdom. I think that's also going to make him vulnerable. So the other thing too is Dimitriy Salita got his IBF international, not just the IBF, but the IBF international light welterweight title by fighting Derek Campos. Again, even though he won that fight, Salita beat a fighter who really isn't regarded in the same class as the level of competition faced by Amir Khan. So I actually like Amir Khan in this fight. I believe he's going to give Salita his first loss. Another thing to consider is that Amir Khan's trainer is Freddie Roach, and Freddie Roach actually knows Dimitriy Salita. Also, when you look at tapes of the two men, you'll notice that Salita's hand speed doesn't match up with Amir Khan's hand speed. There might be questions about Amir Khan, but his hand speed, his power, and his accuracy should not be questioned. I like Amir Khan in this fight. I believe he successfully defends his WBA light welterweight title. I believe he gives Dimitriy Salita his first loss. Let me know what you think. Leave comments for me here on YouTube, and of course, visit us on our free website, gamblersadvisory.com. Protect yourself at all times and enjoy the fight. Thanks for watching.